What is up, guys? It's your boy Joseph Huga here of the Huga Core Anime Podcast, and this is my co-host.
It's your boy Flu.
And welcome to today's episode. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about Fire Force. It's been a long time coming. We got a new season dropping here pretty soon. I think it's either the end of this month or beginning of July.
It's coming up here pretty soon.
But it has been they're definitely requested. We've been waiting a long time for season 3, so I'm super excited.
2 years?
There was actually like a fucking Twitter page, dude, a Twitter account solely dedicated to saying this many days until no season 3 confirmed. So it's pretty cool. So apparently we're not the only ones that were waiting.
True.
So yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. So what we're gonna do is like we always do. We're gonna give you if you've never seen it before, kind of synopsis of the show. And then synopsis. That sounds right. Synopsis
Close
of the
enough.
show. And then we'll get into spoilers. We'll be talking about the deep dive of the show and talk about what we expect for season 3 and some things that we want to see. So, do you actually? You know what? We're gonna change it up, and I'm gonna let you do the synopsis of
the spoiler-free section.
The spoiler-free section.
Oh God! See if I can keep it spoiler-free. Yeah, we can do that. Basically, the story initially starts following Shinra Kusakabe.
Okay.
He's just this guy. He's had a tough life. He's orphaned, kind of just been alone for the most part. He's known to have this creepy smile on his face that makes him look either intimidating or just scary, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes about whenever he's stressed, anything like that, but people make fun of him for it. He gets picked on a lot, so it's always kind of a touchy subject for him. But the story follows Shinra and his path through. I don't know how to do this, dude. There's basically. No, I can't do spoiler-free stuff, Joe. I can't do spoiler-free stuff.
I mean, you're doing great so
I can't,
far.
I literally I can't do spoiler-free stuff.
You're doing great so far.
I can't do it.
Pretty much, you're doing great. I mean, pretty much this follows his journey of him joining the Fire Force. Number 5.
8.
Or 8?
8. Company 8.
Yeah, Company 8, sorry. I'm thinking of, who for spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of him joining Company 8, Fire Force Squad, and pretty much the journey to find out what happened to his brother. That's pretty much what it's about.
Yeah.
So without
it's
any
like
spoilers,
that's the shortest shortest spoiler-free section that you like.
Well, we got to talk about what it's about. So what it's about is there are people spontaneously combust in this world.
That's a spoiler though, isn't it?
No.
No,
it's literally what it's about.
Okay.
That's why it's a fire force.
All right. Well,
so people spontaneously combust in this world. I didn't say how, but I'm saying they're spontaneously combusting in the world. And the fire force people are the people that go and basically put their souls to rest. Because when they do spontaneously combust, they basically turn into like a demon,
infernal,
and they call it an infernal.
Yeah.
But for people that don't know what an infernal is, it's like a flaming demon, basically. And then these guys show up. They put out the fire using fire power. So basically, the only way to hurt an infernal is by using fire against fire. They believe in the goddess Soul, which from I want to say that's Greek mythology, but
I couldn't tell you. I don't know my mythology very well.
No. Soul is fucking Viking. I'm stupid. Yeah, Soul is Viking mythology.
And a Japanese anime. Interesting.
Yeah, Soul is so. They follow the goddess Soul, which they believe that gives them all their fire powers. There's different generations of pyrokinetics, is what they call them. First, second, and third generation, and there's rare cases there's fourth generation ones. And each of them have different abilities, different fire abilities. Our main character, Shinra Kusakabe, can use fire out of his feet, which is actually pretty sick. It actually comes from the bottom of his feet and the heel of his feet. Yeah. Which is actually really, really sick.
And as you can imagine, makes them pretty fast.
It makes them fast. It makes them strong. It makes them be able to fly, which is actually really cool too. So yeah. So his first day, he joins the fire company. He helps them put out an infernal.
Just
That's all I'm gonna say about that. On his way, just on his way to try out to get picked up for
the
a squad.
Fire Force. Yeah.
Yeah, to try out and get picked up for a squad. He's on the train.
Or
He's on the train.
to report to Company 8.
Yeah,
basically.
to report to Company 8. And Infernal happens on the train. Somebody spontaneously combusts in the train, and he kind of helps.
He just happens to be there, right place,
there.
right time.
Exactly, and he helps put him out and take care of him. So yeah, Fire Force is about that. Fire fighting fire.
Fighting fire with fire.
Fighting fire with fire. That's a perfect. Yeah, exactly. And pretty much his story. So that's what it's about. And they're firefighters using fire to put out fire. So think about that. It's actually pretty cool when you think about it.
Think about it, but don't think too hard.
Yeah, think about it, but don't think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's as spoiler free as it gets, I think. Honestly.
I think so too. And their intro's a banger.
Oh my god. All right. Let's get into it, dude.
The intro's a banger.
The sound alone in this,
you heard us talk about it a lot in other.
I think I might have brought it up every episode. I'm not sure. Somebody can go back and tell me, but I'm pretty sure I've brought up Fire Force's sound effects in at least half the episodes.
Yeah.
But dude, when I go back and re-listen or rewatch, even the first episode.
Yeah.
And he's in the subway station. Mm-hmm. The thing I don't remember what it's hanging, but something breaks. It's falling towards Sister Iris, and he just lights up, shoots.
Yep.
And just the sound effects of that.
Yeah.
It's like whoa.
It's
like strap in, buddy. Get ready.
Yeah, those sound effects are top notch for sure. So definitely go check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. It's called Fire Force. There's 2 seasons. Season 3 is dropping soon. Go check it out and then come back and watch the rest of this video.
I will say there's 2 seasons, but there's a lot of arcs.
Yeah, there's a lot of arcs.
They jump around
2 seasons, but there's a lot of arcs. He's right. So definitely go check it out. Let us know what you think. What do you think from spoiler-free section of the anime? What's your rating for it?
Dude, first episode alone, when I watched that, which didn't even give away too much spoilers, even. I mean, I base that probably. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Just spoiler-free.
Yeah.
Which for me is pretty high.
Okay.
And I base that the sound is so good. I've never heard anything quite like it.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't watch enough, but dude, the sound hooked me so quickly that I was just like, pretty cool.
I'm gonna give it an 8 because the sound is so unique and they give it to you right in the beginning of the anime.
I also there's tiers to the abilities too.
I do like that too. Yeah.
And they're different, not just tiers, but they're different.
I agree. Yeah. You find that there's a bunch of ways to use fire that you never would have thought about.
There's a lot of uniqueness in this show that, at least in my opinion, there's a lot of uniqueness.
No, I agree. I agree as well. The villains are unique. The characters unique. Everything kind of how it transpires is unique, and I like that. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because it hooks me instantly with the sound quality. It gets right to the point of what the mission is.
It does.
They establish the religion and the lore of the anime and pretty much what the goal is of everything. That's Fire Force. That's the squad. The orange poster. That's the squad that he joins. Definitely go check that out. I give it an 8 out of 10. All right, so now, here in a couple of seconds, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting in spoilers. All right, spoiler section. Oh, if you guys have not liked this video, if you guys have not liked the channel or subscribed to the channel by now, do that now. Now's a good time. We already got you sucked in. We're about to get into the spoilers. Go ahead and do that. Maybe put a comment down there too. You know what I'm saying? So spoiler section. I don't know where to start.
There's a lot.
I don't know where to start.
I'm gonna start on a different note than I think you're expecting. I'm gonna start with something bad, something negative about Fire Force, something that I actually didn't really like about Fire Force when I first started watching it.
Oh.
And this is something that I don't like about a lot of animes.
Okay.
And One Piece has this issue too. Well, no, it's not a One Piece style issue. Anyways, they do a lot of jumping around. And when I say jumping around, there's a lot of arcs. There's a lot of arcs that happen in Fire Force. There's 2 seasons, but there's 10, 12 arcs that they cover. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me about Fire Force.
Yeah.
But they the fighting sequences in those different arcs. You get so much out of the arcs that I feel like they're worth it. Apart from maybe 1 or 2, which we'll talk about.
Okay.
But you see a lot of character development. You see a lot of just ability development, just power growth, I guess. And just introduction of more characters, new areas, stuff like that. But they do try and cover a lot of ground in few episodes, which sometimes the pacing feels off sometimes. That's one of the very few negatives
I think
that I
the
have about Fire
pacing's that
Force.
way
So.
because they didn't expect it to be a season 3.
You think so?
They didn't know. I think that they probably got a budget for like 2 seasons and that was it. And so they tried to put in as much to hook people as possible. Where like
Could be.
well, like I mean, if you look at World Trigger, they didn't give a fuck whether they had another season or not.
Yeah,
They spent
all the money that they had.
Left it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? But Fire Force, you can see that they kind of crammed that. They kind of crammed that in to try to make everything good, but not in like a negative way.
Even when they're doing that, like the fight scenes are epic, the sound quality's epic, the animation's epic.
But he's right. There's a lot of arcs and it jumps around. Yeah. So you're kind of like, wait a minute, what does this have to do?
It's kind of like one thing's happening, all of a sudden something else is happening.
But they tie it together.
They do tie it together. They do tie it all together.
But it's the journey. That's like Jesus, man. Like
but it's nowhere near One Piece-esque. Like
no.
Like holy shit, here's 100 episodes.
I was confused when you said that.
So, that's just what popped to mind when I was thinking of it.
Shinra to me as a main character, from basically the moment he stepped on the scene, I liked him. I liked the smile thing that he had, like the little tick thing.
I do too.
I actually thought that was very fucking cool because main characters always are like, like, oh, I'll save you and everything's good and I'm the hope of the thing.
But like he wants to save you, but
and it's cool that he wants to be a hero that everybody likes, you know. But it's the creepiness of the smile thing too. I love that.
He's the scariest hero.
That's so cool. Like he's scary. Yeah, I like that. I mean, if you know him, you know him. But once he's scared, like he said, that it happens when he's scared and when he's nervous or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fucking super cool.
And I mean, when you've got flames shooting at your feet and you're like flying at somebody Mach speed with a demon with a devil smile, they call it like devil, like with a devil smile. That's like
that's fucking sick.
I mean, that would terrify a lot of people. I feel like, but it's so cool to see.
And what's cool is like you find out that because we're in spoilers. So what's cool about that is. With him, you find out what happened to him and his brother's show, right? And that the Infernal, his mom was basically like a top tier Infernal.
Yeah.
One that could actually think and do whatever she wanted, which is very weird. Super powerful Infernal. And so like that fear, like he was so afraid, the only thing he could do was smile. That just kind of stuck with him.
So every time he's like afraid or stressed out or anxious, that comes back.
Which is pretty cool. I also think it's cool that his brother. I'm a katana sympathist. So anybody that uses a sword, I'm normally a fan of. But his brother's powers are fucking sick, dude.
They are. I don't know
how. I mean, they explained it, but I'm like, how does fire stop time?
Yeah, I still don't understand how that completely works. But I mean, it's a show.
That fight scene was good. Okay, so it was good until I feel like there was a little bit of times when like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to say it.
They try and do too much, I feel like.
I feel like the intern was... So, here's a little spoiler. So, here's a little thing that we're going to... When I refer to the intern, I'm referring to, like... Everybody's seen it. Like, the Naruto versus Pain fight. Like, the 7 Deadly Sins. Like, anime... Black Clover when... in one of the fight arcs. When the animation goes dog shit... You know what I mean? Like animation is good, and then the fight happens, and you're like, "Well, where'd the animation go?"
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I refer to that as the intern. So like the interns come in, and they're like everybody's on holiday, and like they didn't have time to animate the episode, and so for some reason, this one guy is like the same guy that does all of the fucking animations.
It all looks the same.
It all looks the same, and you can. That's why I'm like, it's got to be the same guy that goes through and does it. So when I say intern, I'm referring to this guy. So there's only the intern appeared when Sho and Shinra were fighting and like he was going like light speed or some shit. He turned into pixels, or like cubes, basically like light thing when they were fighting or whatever. I was like the motherfucking intern. Like I knew because it had been a while since I've seen some of his work. So I thought he had disappeared. Like maybe
I thought the intern got fired.
I thought he got fired, or I thought maybe
he actually improved,
or he stopped animating, or maybe he improved. But no, there he fucking was showing up right there.
But it was only for that. Like I really feel like it was only for that fight, and I just think the idea of being able to stop time with heat, and then the fact that in order to overcome that, is going faster than that. That doesn't make sense to me. But it's just. I don't know what else. What other power were they going to give?
I'm just saying. I'm sure that was hard to animate, but can see. But out of all the episodes, that's probably the only episode that I thought was kind of meh to me because the intern was at work in the animation. You know what I'm saying? But everything else has normally been very, very good when it comes to animation. So the villains, the evangelists in this series,
like
Tell me I'm not the only ones, guys. Like, tell me I'm not the only one. I fucking love the Evangelists, dude. Not all of them. Not all of them. But I do like them. Their outfits are fucking dope. Their
They do.
powers are fucking
You also
cool.
like all white things, and
that is my favorite color.
they do wear mostly white.
That's true. They're fucking cool, and their powers are dope. Like I like
Cool.
Charon. Yeah, he's probably my
Clap.
That's probably one of my favorite. Dude, when he tanked the fucking
the missile or whatever.
No, it wasn't a missile. It was a fucking laser beam.
Oh yes, from that dude that set up the sun, the kid.
When he tanked the laser beam shot, like the fucking, and then like shot it to the fucking moon.
Yep,
and that took a chunk of the moon.
Deflect.
Oh no, he was so sick. He's like, I gotta protect it for the pillars. He's like, even though they're enemies, they're still pillars.
He has to protect the pillar because it has to be sacrificed properly. Exactly. You can't just be killed.
Exactly. So the way he did that was so fucking badass.
He's so fucking strong. Dude.
And I'm not trying, I'm not gonna be one of those guys, but it's very rare in anime where you see black people are kind of done justice, where they're not like pig lipped and just fucking weird looking and shit. Bro, you know what I'm talking about?
Blackluster and fucking One Punch Man.
Yeah, exactly. That guy, dude. Fucking Mr. Bobo. Fucking Hunter x Hunter. Okay.
There's some bad ones. There's some bad ones. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's awful. Okay, but in this show, they make black people look like regular people, and I appreciate that. Thank you. And we're not all thugs or anything like that either. Like that's nice too.
Yeah, not everybody's like.
So I bang with Fire Force because that's awesome too. Because I like Ogun. Ogun Montgomery is very cool. Yeah. Still racist that all of his moves are basketball moves, but it is what it is.
I mean,
but maybe he really likes basketball. But is it a coincidence? Is it though?
Could be though.
Is it though?
Would you rather have a white guy that used basketball moves?
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't even notice it.
That's what I'm like. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't make a deal out of it, though.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. But I like that though, because like Hibana is beautiful.
Dude, Hibana, like when her first meeting with Shinra, when she just like envelopes him in the fucking leaf storm of petals,
the cherry blossom
thing, dude, that is so fucking cool.
That was cool.
So cool.
The animation,
and she's fucking bad.
She is bad, dude, and the animation is fucking dope.
It is. It really is.
That's one thing I like about this show a lot too, is that not only the animation dope, but everybody's powers are unique and very cool.
They are.
Like what's his name that uses the trumpet?
The Ho-Yan Lee, the lieutenant for the first captain.
How he can make fire and ice.
Well, he uses the fire to make the ice.
Yeah, and which is so cool. That is so cool.
It is super cool. It is super cool. Who could have
thought that you could do, like, I would have never, like, if I had fire powers, I'd do some gangster shit. Like,
I know they explained how it worked with the instrument and everything, like the cooling and all, but I still don't understand that. How he has that one, I don't know. It's super unique though. Like that's part of the uniqueness of the fucking show.
And the sound of him doing it is super
I mean,
cool.
He uses an instrument, so obviously it's gonna be dope when they have high quality sound effects. But
so I like that, and I like that all these different characters from the different, because animes normally fuck this up, with the exception of Bleach. And
I think I know what you're gonna say.
And probably like fucking. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Bleach as a reference. But normally, when you get into
a lot of characters,
animes where there's a lot of characters and they're in squads, you normally get introduced to the squad. Some type of shit happens, and then it's like fuck them. They don't matter.
Fuck them all, and then at the end they come together.
Yeah,
and
they don't matter anymore. But in Fire Force, you're like, oh shit, this is a bad situation, and then somebody from another squad shows up and is like, hey, what up? And you're like, oh, thank God this guy's here. And you wouldn't think that.
But it's not always happy endings.
It's not always
happy endings when they show up, though.
It's not always happy endings.
Let's be honest.
But it's cool that the anime says that these people still exist outside of the main squad. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing I will say, and I do feel like they do it. I feel like they might lose this a little bit in the second season.
Okay.
It drops off a little bit in the second. First season, they're really great in bringing in all these characters. Second season, they bring in a few more characters. We do see them, some characters from the first season, but then I feel like they don't necessarily forget about some characters, but they just make them appear when it's convenient. Does that make sense? Like Giovanni.
Yeah, Yeah.
There's a couple other
Yeah,
ones.
I can agree.
But
with
I
that.
will say they do the squad thing incredibly well.
Yeah.
Where like if they cover the whole squad, it's not just like here's one thing happening and then they jump to a completely separate thing that's happening. Everything ties together.
I agree. And also what I like about it is that they established the politics early for the different squads as
for
far
the captains
as what each squad is in charge of and what they take control of.
Yes,
like you got the church squad, which is
the first squad,
handles the religion
or first company,
part of this stuff, And then you got Hibana was like research and
the
development,
fifth research and development,
and then you got like the other different squads, and I like that, and I like that they keep that throughout the entire series of the show. Of okay, we need to go do this. All right, well that's out of our jurisdiction. We need somebody from fucking from
a
fifth,
different
from fifth or something.
I will say the one thing is
I like that.
I did think at one point I thought for some reason like power level also mattered with the company. It doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
But like the first company, like obviously the most powerful. Except for
Benny's not in the first company.
Well, he's a captain now. He's a captain.
But he's in seventh.
Yeah, but the captains are sixth. Sixth or seventh. One of those.
6th or 7th.
But I'm not talking about the captain. I'm just talking about like
Benny's squad is busted. They all have Benny for fucking.
That's true though. And then, that's what I thought. That's the thing is I thought it went by power level, and then we got introduced to fucking Benny.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying.
He got Hikage, Hinata, Kronos or Konro. Sorry, Jesus.
It's okay.
Konro. Konro's got a sad story though because he got burnt out.
Yeah, he got burnt out.
But it is what it is. He's still super OP. It doesn't even matter. Let's be honest. It doesn't really matter too much. Yet.
So, like, I like that too. I do like that too. And dude, what I also like about this is, this anime starts with this premise of this is the religion. Everybody does it. Shout out Loud Tone.
Hey, shout outs to the disc plate. Loud Tone.
They start out with the religion is this, and then you find out the difference, like the religion was made up by the fucking villains back in the day when this shit was established.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you want to talk about a plot twist in an anime? Their whole fucking society is based off of this religion, and the religion is literally made up by the bad guys.
Yes.
That makes you fucking
they're thinking long term. These dudes are thinking long term.
They thought long game. That's very rare to see villains thinking long game like that. That's long game as fuck.
But we're thinking long term.
And I really like that. That was fucking sick. Which brings me to Iris being bae. Iris, I mean, she's bae, man.
I will say, for a show that's super action and stuff, there's a little too much fan service for me in this. There's a little too much for me. I gotta be honest. Between Maki's sister and Tamaki and her lucky lechery, bruh. There's a little, like, when I'm watching animes like this, bro, and I mean, like, it's sick that they're sexy and all, bro. Like, that's cool. You get, Hibana. Yeah. Hibana's not all fucking fan serviced out of her fucking mind every time she's on screen. I know you do, but like I'm saying, you got the other three that are most of the time, and there's a little too much for me.
I don't think it happens to Iris or Hibana. I think that Tamaki,
not Hibana, but it does happen to Iris, bro. You can't tell me it don't happen to Iris. That's what I'm saying.
And when Maki was in the shower
with her.
Okay, well, she was separate because she went home. That was the first time we got to see Maki, is when she went home and she was.
Well, that was when she was buffed out of her fucking mind. She's like, shit. She's like, oh, maybe I am a gorilla.
She's really good. And I just realized from riding my motorcycle, I have a ridiculous tan.
Yes, dude. Don't even.
I just now noticed that.
Don't make me blind the viewers, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
That shit, anyway. It gets bad.
But yeah, so no, I agree. The Tamaki fan service is fucking annoying. There's a limit. There's too much. I love fan service, but even I will say that it's
I'm trying to see the action, bro. I'm trying to see the animation.
Well, that's why they did what they did, when they powered her up and they gave her the new cat form. They showed her being useless inside the dungeon basement thing, the garage area, the base, the evangelist,
the underground. Sorry, the underground
tunnel.
Not useless,
shout outs to my man Juggernaut, had to put the work in.
My boy had to get shot. My boy had to take a
My man took mad layers.
Did he take a bomb? Yeah.
No, he hit her in the fucking nose with the bomb. The atom bomb is what he called it.
Yeah, but what did he get hit by? He got hit by some shit.
Oh, she cut him up until he ran out of layers.
Well, yeah, and then he got hit. Oh, Arrow. That's who it fucking was. Yeah,
I think
right.
Arrow
That's
hit him
right.
after he ran out of layers. He had no place to
Bro, that shit's hilarious. Bro, I fuck with Juggernaut so hard. I do, bro.
Yeah, Juggernaut's your boy. Yeah, I fucks with Juggernaut too. I don't fuck with Juggernaut on the level you fuck with Juggernaut, but I fuck with Juggernaut.
I know.
I fucks with
Ogun and fucking
Ogun,
Arthur and
Ogun and Arthur.
Yeah, I know you like Arthur, bro.
Arthur, but I do have a thing for spellcaster chicks. I like that too.
I do know you
I like mage
that.
chicks. So Maki
and her fucking tech.
I like the fucking hat, and I like
the mage hat's
I've said it 1,000 times. I love strong women. So, and Maki is one of those. She's military trained. Dude, when she beat the fuck out of what's his name, she literally bent him over fucking backwards, and then fucking
beat him with the
thing, and then sent the
hammer
fist in,
fist.
like bow to his face.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, I love that.
Loud tone.
Loud tone.
Hey, Loud tone the homie took the hammer fist.
Loud tone the homie, bro. That's why it took too much damage. That's game over on that one.
Hey, fuck around, find out. You say it once, you say it again.
Right, true, bro. So I did like that. Oh, and shout outs to the lieutenant too, because I know he's
Hinawe.
I believe that's his name.
Yeah,
and he's
with
got
the guns.
Yeah, he's got blamas, bro.
And he can control the blamas too.
I didn't know when he brought out the musket, bro. I was like, this shit about to be stupid. When my man brought out the musket, dog, I was like, bro, is that a fucking musket? Like, first of all, you should already know. One, it's anime. So if anybody brings out any type of old technology, it's probably because it's fucking busted.
It's fucking OP.
Right?
Like, this shit's tried and true.
You know what I mean?
This is a last resort if I'm bringing out the 1700 muskets,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying?
My boy brought the...
You know what I mean?
I got one shot.
I man brought the old skull grip skittily, bro. Yo, when my man went from an Uzi to a fucking musket, a blunderbuss. My man went from an Uzi to a blunderbuss.
My man went to the shoulder cannon.
Yeah, bro. When he shot that shit and lit up the whole fucking underground, I was like, yo.
Oh, man had enclosed space. He couldn't miss. He couldn't miss. When you don't need to miss, you bring out old reliable Joe. You bring out old reliable Joe.
You know what, bro? My next blammer, I gotta name it Old Reliable.
It better be a big one.
Bro,
it better be ridiculous. It better be ridiculous.
It's gotta be.
That's the minigun, Joe. That's the minigun.
It's gotta be the minigun. Old Reliable.
Old Reliable. Hey, y'all ain't calling your shots. Old Reliable.
Old Reliable.
Here we go.
Let's pull it from your back, bro. This fucking.
But dude, this I don't know, dude. Like we keep saying, bro, the unique abilities, and they always have something else that they're whipping out. They're always progressing their shit, and it's just like they're always unlocking the next level. And I feel like, with the exception of Shinra and maybe Maki, there's really not a whole lot of backstory going on as filler. Like, I really don't. Maybe
so they snuck Arthur's backstory in,
but like it wasn't that long. It wasn't.
No, they snuck it in. It was just literally like, okay, this is why. That was with the fucking Vulcan.
Which was a little slow, but still,
and it was like, yo, his parents basically abandoned him.
Yeah,
wow.
And he had the inanimate objects or what
he thought of himself like fucking King Arthur, and his dad
round table
tell him stories all the time. So he thought, like, he made that up in his head to keep himself sane.
Yep.
Which is fucking cool. And then Maki's background.
Well, instead of making him sane and actually like a normal person, he's actually just super fucking OP when he goes mental.
Yeah, when he goes mental. Or like the time he was like, why am I having such a hard time? Oh, my sword's in the wrong hand.
Oh, my sword's in the wrong hand. The right hand. Now he's just like, now I'm knight fucking Arthur.
Yeah, game.
He's like,
why is my sword in the wrong hand?
He's like, why am I not able to like cut through you? Here we go. All of a sudden, the aura just surrounded.
Game over. Yeah. and then
it's over.
So I like that. I like.
It's ridiculous, but it's like it makes sense to the character and it's fun.
It does,
and it doesn't like
everything makes sense.
It doesn't take away from the story or anything like that.
Well, right, and I like that. In an anime world where most characters, everybody has fucking powers, right? That's so annoying sometimes. But it's nice. It's refreshing to see two regular people. Iris and their fucking captain has no powers.
Dude, and Obi is so fucking dope because he literally. I mean, Vulcan doesn't have powers really either. But he's the inventor.
He's not really
engineer
on the front line.
Well, he's not. Well, he is and he isn't. He's the driver. for their tank, for their truck.
I mean, yeah, but
he helps create Obi's gear sometimes. But apart from that, like he's not like fighting on the front lines or anything like that. Obi's on the front fucking lines.
Yeah.
Obi's hands in the fucking ground. Come at me, bro.
Exactly. And protecting sister Iris,
which she's just there to put the souls to rest.
Put the souls to rest, bro.
Lautom.
So, so it's refreshing to see those two characters.
Yeah.
In a thing full of powers and still be useful.
That's the thing is they are, and even Hanawe, who's not like super OP and stuff. Like he's a second generation, so he just has control of like he can't create it, but he can control it.
Right.
Which is super fucking cool.
With his guns, it's genius.
It's genius too. Play. Yeah. But like he's not super powerful, but he's still super useful. Like compared to Shinra or any like Arthur or anything like that.
I agree.
And they're like top guys in their company. So that's the lieutenant and the captain. So
yeah, I definitely agree.
With what you're saying, that's super cool.
And I also like the loyalty that they show to their captain.
Yeah.
Knowing that he's a regular dude, but they still give him the respect.
Well, because he's earned it.
And yeah, I agree. And why they're there. So like their division is literally just to keep all the other divisions in line.
Well, it also like
to make sure that they're like internal affairs.
Basically,
they're basically
that's what they turn into.
Yeah,
from putting infernals to rest and everything, it turns into this whole like conspiracy theory of like
we're internal affairs.
Are
you guys?
Are we the only clean like fucking company here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
and then I like that, they did that, and I liked how they went to each squads and kind of got to know them and stuff like that. Yeah, had different things because they sent the guys over there to train with Benny and stuff like that and that stuff. And because
like Benny had experience with the Adola burst, controlling like vast amounts of firepower, speed, stuff like that. So, and then we get to see Benny's actual like fighting ability and shit with the.
Well, I love Benny's fucking town. Benny's town is fucking lit. Benny's fucking.
They just
up the
destroyed the town. They're like, let's go! They're super excited. Benny! Yeah, they're excited to fix up their town because they get to see Benny fucking destroy shit.
Come on, Benny! Yo, I love that dude.
The meteors.
Yeah. So I love that town is fucking dope. And then after everything's done, dude, they all work together and just rebuild the town. And it is.
And Benny helps. Codenwall helps. And
everybody helps. Yeah.
It's just it's
cool.
So much respect for Benny, and Benny has so much respect for the people because
because when he's doing all that shit, not a single person gets hurt.
No, and it's like, well, they know to stay out of the way. And
right, like that, but I'm saying, like, he does all that explosive shit.
Well, he takes him to fucking space, so
the atmosphere, bro.
The atmosphere.
Put my man in the ozone.
Oh my god!
Fuck you up in the ozone, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna take you a place you really can't do nothing.
Yeah, the sound and shit. That's what you were talking about. The sound.
Dude,
that hit right there, dude.
That fight scene alone
is
like
crazy.
That's one of my favorite fight scenes in any anime. It's short, but like just the explosiveness of it, it's insane. It's insane. It's definitely not yours. It wouldn't be on yours, I don't think.
No, well, hold on. I'm thinking it's probably top 5 anime fights.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Because you got that one. You got the new World Trigger fight when old boy was running up there with the guns.
That was pretty cool.
You know what I'm talking about?
The delayed shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was insane. Yeah. That I'm not going to talk too much about that. We'll do that.
I don't know
the shotgun from fucking Black Lagoon, Roberta, the blood.
Oh, in the end.
That fight scene is crazy.
But you're not putting any Demon Slayers out there, bro?
I've got Rengeku's fight. No, Uzi, sorry.
Here's the thing.
Uzi's fight was doper than Rengeku's because Uzi was doing some crazy shit.
And when I see top fights, like, I can only pull one from an anime.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so that's my top fight from this anime.
And then my number one probably favorite fight is probably Hiro Yui versus my boy Wu Fei in Gundam Wing Endless Waltz.
Interesting.
But yeah, so that's irrelevant though. But yeah, so so I'd put it up there as top fights. I really like it.
But really, like, there's so much cool shit. And it comes back to, like, he has the power, so he's who has to train Shinra and Arthur and all these guys.
Well, it's in Arthur by handicap.
By handicap,
By handicap.
And the training sequence is fucking funny, too. Because,
when they were tied butt naked to the fucking things.
Getting dragged around behind the wagon.
No, when they were literally being set on fire, they were burning them at the stake.
On the stake. They were burning them at the stake. And they're like, hey!
They're like, and then at the end where they're like, was there another way to do this? Oh, yeah, there's definitely another way to do this. We could have just did this. Why did we do that? Because that's what happened to me.
Yeah,
I
went through that.
I just did to you what they did to me. But why would you keep that generation going? I don't know. It's
tradition.
Tradition. Yeah, fucking Benny, dude. So I like the anime overall. I like the graphics. I like the characters. I like the story. I'm very intrigued in season 3 where we see how that's going to go. There was a lot of death in the tunnel, and they're really going to have to make up for that, for all those people that died in there, and a lot of characters got hurt. In there,
but not killed.
Not killed, but hurt. But they took a serious. The evangelists did a serious blow to them without actually having to bring out any heavy hitting evangelists.
Besides assault, which is really the only
assault.
Show. We didn't see show at all. We haven't
that's
seen.
What I'm saying. The heavy hit. They really didn't take the evangelists basically took no heavy hits in that fight at all. It was all the Fire Force company.
And what's crazy is we still haven't seen the full abilities of the evangelists either. They haven't even gone full fucking force yet.
Because you have to think about it, all the pillars have an Adola.
Exactly.
So, and we haven't even gotten into...
We've seen 3?
Have we?
Is Inca technically a pillar, correct?
Yeah, she's a pillar.
So 3? Or...
We haven't seen her Adola burst, though.
We haven't seen her burst, but we know that she contains
I'm saying all those people have Adola.
Oh, yeah. So, sorry, yeah. Okay, I thought
all those people have Adola, and we haven't seen it. So,
right.
That's a whole nother fucking fight. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm just I don't know. They're going to be shoving a lot into this season. I'm just I'm a little concerned with... honestly, probably not. It's probably all going to be pretty compact because everybody's kind of together at this point.
Well, here's the thing. We've talked in the past about fucking animes coming out at the right time, like Jujutsu Kaisen. We're talking about animes coming out at the right time. Right now, there is an anime drought. Right, everybody's watching Shield Hero, and Spy Family. That's really the only things that
and Spy Family is only really popular because it's fucking popular.
Right.
If we're being honest, that's popular because it's already popular.
Exactly.
It's a really good slice of life.
And that's what.
No,
whatever.
Not really. But
it
seems like
it. Love romance bullshit that people like, which I don't.
It's not bad. It's not a bad anime, but
it's a cute dog. I don't know.
Fuck that.
I'm sorry. I just noticed.
Come on, bro.
The dog is adorable. We have a TV right there, and it has a screensaver. And I just realized the dog is. I've never seen that.
My boy's looking at a dog.
It's adorable. Anyways, but so now it's going to be the perfect time for Fire Force to come out.
Shield Hero's closing out.
That's what I'm saying, and nobody's got anything to watch. So if Fire Force drops, and it's going to have that heat because it always does, and then it's going to boost its popularity, which I think could therefore either give us a season 4 or make it a hotter anime for people to actually recognize.
But you also know what happens in an anime drought is things usually get rated a little higher than they actually are. So that's also something to keep in mind.
Well, that's also a bonus for Fire Force.
It is a bonus for Fire Force.
Because it'll gain more fans.
But I want to...
Because next con, I want to go... we should get the jackets for next con.
The Evangelist jackets? I know... Well, I know...
I mean, we could be
Evangelists. Or you trying to do...
I was talking about.
Oh, I thought for sure you were thinking evangelist.
No.
I didn't know my boy
down to be an evangelist. But
I thought for sure you were. I thought my boy was trying to bandana. I thought my boy was trying to bandana and Shire on that shit.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna have to do a lot of fucking push-ups.
I know you will, but it ain't something that I'd put past you though.
I can do it though.
Hey, I'd be down to Juggernaut up, just wear 50 layers and just have a little AC unit underneath it all. And just fucking
a whole AC
on
unit
stilts or something
all the way to the fucking
Man. There's just so much to cover in this anime because we haven't even talked about Joker, Lich, But here's the thing: I will say the whole Joker arc. I do understand it,
with
but
Benny?
No, not just with Benny, with Shinra. Why he's protecting Shinra and everything like that. What his role is in the entire show.
Yeah.
But I do think he's going to be a much bigger part in season 3.
Yeah, I think what, in my opinion, this is what I think is going to happen. I think shit's going to get to the final thing. When not in the next season, but when
do you mean with the industries and the Hajime Industries and the?
I'm saying with the Hajime Industries and the Evangelists.
And the okay.
Shit's gonna get to the final cap, and it's gonna be a final battle area, and I think that is when Joker's gonna show up and be like,
because we know Joker's fucking insane.
Because Joker's gonna show up and be like, there you are, I'm here to fuck you up, and they're all gonna be like, wait, aren't you a bad guy? Benny's gonna be like, don't worry about that guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about him.
Well, he was never a bad guy to begin with. He was just anti-them because they were so fucking
he's anti-Hajime.
Anti-Hajime and all that other shit.
Because what they did to him. He was a Hajime assassin.
Exactly.
Anybody
Same
that
as
defined the
guy with the fucking bandage arm.
Oh yeah, fucking I know exactly what you're talking about. The Hajime guy that handles the
The
Nakato
kid.
son.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That guy. I can't remember his fucking
I
name.
can't either.
But
But like,
I
similar
fucking
to him.
hated that dude. I hated that dude until the end, and I was like, okay, you have a purpose. But I fucking hated that dude for what he was doing to that kid, bro. Because it just gave me Full Metal Alchemist vibes.
Hey, fuck them kids, bro.
It gave me Full Metal Alchemist vibes.
I can see that. That was pretty full.
You know what I'm saying?
Full
I
Metal
was
Alchemist,
like, I fucking hate you, dude. But you know, but then it made sense. It made sense. Like,
yeah,
they have they're the yin and the yang of each other, so they need that balance.
Yeah, but like I'm curious to see what happens with them too, because they're super fucking powerful.
Yeah,
they've introduced more people that we still haven't seen, even though they've taken them away. So I know you said they've got to bring stuff in to help with the takeaway. They have. I feel like we just haven't seen it yet.
And the doll chick, she was pretty powerful too.
Puppeteer, or whatever. Yeah, she was pretty cool.
She was pretty cool.
Like I said, they got a unique shit, dude.
And you know one thing I like about Fire Force?
The eyes, dude. The fucking eyes.
How'd you know what I was gonna say?
I know, because you brought up Puppeteer, and her fucking eyes are like you got, dude. I don't know what it is about like
Arrow's eyes.
You can tell
they're
super OP.
Fucking arrows.
You can tell when super people are super fucking OP when their eyes are literally just like.
They got to start doing that in video
games.
What
that's called.
They got to start doing that better in video games.
They really do.
You know how sick that is? Like Benny's.
They really do. Like
Hibana's got hearts as eyes, which is fucking cool. That's so cool. Like you can do it. You can do it right. No, none of them.
Nobody on that fucking poster. Yeah. What's her name?
You're talking about Hibana?
No, not Hibana. Not Arrow.
And then you got Benny's got crosses.
Benny's fucking X's, dude. His X is fucking sick.
Which is fucking super cool.
I don't know, dude. Like, I really like that anime. I like the eyes. Everything about this fucking anime. I really do like, besides fan service, besides some of the bouncing around and shit. There's really not many slow arcs. There's really 2 or 3 that...
Yeah,
China
I
arc,
really do think
slow,
Vulcan's arc was probably the slowest arc.
I do too. I agree with that.
I think everything else is.
But it was important because we got to see Giovanni's appearance and stuff,
and how Hajime was created.
Yep.
Basically,
Arthur's
the Mataratsu generator.
Arthur's little backstory. His burrow donkey ability, power up, shit like that. So
it's true.
Even though it was slower, it didn't lack content and shit like that. It wasn't just filler stuff.
And I did like the crossover. I did like the crossover with Assault for Soul Eater.
Yes.
So that the Soul Eater crossover, because he's talking. So Assault's in there in the bar, and you hear what's his name from Soul Eater talking about his daughter, Maki. His daughter doesn't love him or whatever. How does he get his daughter to love him? And that's Soul Eater. And even the moon, when they destroyed the moon and the moon got fucked up, it had that glare. It was Soul Eater, the Soul Eater moon, which is actually very.
That is very cool.
Because I really like Soul Eater too. Soul Eater is a good anime.
Well, Easter egg.
Yeah, it's a lot of Easter eggs. So yeah, so I like that. So what do you rate it? Because we're getting close.
Dude,
what do you rate it out of 10?
It's honestly probably as close. And again, so I have to preface this. I haven't seen as much anime as a lot of people. So when I say this was one of the earlier animes that I watched that was like super captivating to me. Like I said, most unique sound I've ever heard in any show, movie, anything.
Yeah.
Video game, anything.
Yeah.
Animation's insane. Characters are insane. There's a ton of characters, but they're all unique. Yeah. They're all in the show and they all have a purpose.
It's easy to find somebody that you vibe with.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's as close to a 10 out of 10 as I can give an anime, but for the fan service and like just the bouncing aroundness of it, I feel like they could have, but I feel like it would have been worse if they stretched things out, but I give it a 9 out of 10. Solid 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10.
I'd give it, I'd give Fire Force probably a strong, I've seen so much anime.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 9.
9?
Yeah.
And like,
I give it a 9. I agree the fan service is what dropped it from that point with Tamaki, because that shit got annoying.
But it's not just gonna be.
Tamaki. I know it's not going to be like that. I didn't care about anybody else but Tamaki.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
Like I like strong,
the Lucky Lecher is just unnecessary.
I like strong women, so
Maki
she goes to she goes to walk and her fucking clothes come off like that. That to me is weakness.
Yeah.
So she did have a character arc and shit like that, so I don't like that shit. But so that gives me a 9. I know she's going to be stronger later on, but right now with what I've seen and everything, that kind of just turned me off a little bit. So I'm going to leave that as a 9 for the series. I really like it.
Big issues that I think we agree on in anime that we have is villains just being bad, poorly written, just
agree.
the generic same.
I agree.
Maybe not generic, but they're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that as much with this. I do see some similarities in them, but like the Avengers literally created a religion, waited a long time, for
and
it to
established it.
Yeah, for generations to literally progress to be strong enough to possess the Adola burst, and I don't know how you can say that's fucking basic. I don't see that.
It's not basic at all. And the fucking god that they worship, the chick.
Soul?
No, not Soul.
Oh,
the evangelist chick. Because when Shinra went into Amaterasu and he had the Adola burst, and he had the Adola burst, and he saw her.
Mm-hmm. In the field of bones.
In the field of bones, and he saw her with the wings and everything like that.
That was fucking
looking
sick.
at him, and he was so scared. He had the smile.
Well, of course.
Thing, you know what I'm saying? That was fucking dope.
It
makes me wonder about her. Is she a god? What
is that soul?
Because she lives in a whole different fucking dimension. Because
Mm-hmm.
remember,
it's a dimension that they can reach because
Benimaru's friend said that they experienced him and
Conroe.
Joker experienced the Adola burst together.
Yep.
Remember they talked about that. Yeah. Joker and him experienced the Adola burst at the same time together. Yep. And so they saw all that shit too. So as far as villains go, a villain in a different dimension leading with people with all this faith and all this stuff to do this shit is fucking dope concept. So 9 out of 10. Like I said, 9 out of 10, except for the fan service for Tamaki. But
I'm 9.5 because that shit was just so clean. It's so clean, dude. It's so clean.
The premise and the idea and the villains are all likable. I don't know how you can not like at least one of the evangelists. The story's good. So yeah, I like it.
My only problem with any of the villains is Inca, the chick with the eye. That's really my only issue with the show. That's really my only issue with any of the bad people. Bro. Yeah, that's really my only issue. And I think it's going to get fixed. I think they're going to fix it in the next season. So I'm not even worried about it. That's why I don't even think about it. But she's just a bitch. She's just a self-fucking entitled piece of shit bitch that...
I hate her so much.
You know him. You see him everywhere.
She's like the redheaded chick from
Don't fucking get me started about the slut from S.H.I.E.L.D. Hero, bro. Don't fucking get me started again. Anyways. She's not that bad. She's bad, but I think they're going to fix her, bro. I think they're going to fix her.
Yeah, I don't like that bitch either.
Nah, she ain't that bad, but I think they'll fix her.
I mean, I have emotional trauma from
She ain't hashtagging me too nobody, bro.
Jesus. She ain't hashtagging you.
She ain't hashtagging nobody,
that's
bro.
So funny.
That's the only thing she got going for her.
Yeah, fuck Inca, bro. I hope they body her stupid ass immediately, bro, as soon as they can.
But dude, it's so fun to watch. It really is.
It is. You almost had me. You almost triggered a rant, an Inca rant. I'm not gonna do that.
Nah, we ain't got time for that. We stopped at a 9 out of 10, bro. Stop at that.
You're right, bro. You almost triggered.
I almost got away without bringing her up, but I had to say something.
Yeah, you almost triggered.
It is what it is. She does have cool eyes though, and her ability is super fucking sick. That's cool. She has one of the cooler abilities in the show, in my opinion. But yeah, she's just a piece of shit character. Anyways.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, we appreciate you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely check out the channel and refer our channel to any other anime friends or family or anything that you have, man. Shoot the podcast over to them, man. Just let them know. Hey, check it out. Watch a couple episodes. Tell us what you think. So,
tell us what you think of Fire Force. What you like about it. What you don't like. What we missed. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we just couldn't talk about because like I said, the one downside about Fire Force for me is that they pack so much into so little time in the 2 seasons that it's hard to bring it all up in one video.
No, I agree.
We might even have to, when season 3 drops, recover everything.
I'm with you.
We'll see how that goes.
I agree.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Peace.